Today we'll be talking about Disney stars who have went down some bad paths. Whether it's from breaking down from all the pressure of being perfect, to being abused, or to even having tiger parents. Whatever the case may be, this is Disney Gone Wrong, Part 1. The Princess of Pop herself, Britney Spears. Now, in 1993, at the age of 11, she became a cast member of the all new Mickey Mouse Club TV show, joining an ensemble of musketeers that included Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera. Then, when she was 15, she was signed to Jive Records, and she then came out with Baby One More Time and Oops, I Did It Again. Now, as a child, I was obsessed with Britney, and I didn't realize as a child how much they were over sexualizing her at such a young age. And in this case, it didn't really seem to be on Disney, but more on Britney's family. They literally seem to only care about the money. I mean, I can't say I even blame Britney for shaving her hair off and breaking out windows. Imagine having no control over your own life and working nonstop for only your parents to take it off and legally make every decision in your life for you. It makes me sick to even think about it. Her father had her under a conservatorship and decided everything she did her entire life. Brittany was able to get out of her conservatorship back in November 2021, and she has been free ever since and just living her life the way she wants to live it. Lindsay Lohan. Now, Lindsay started working at 3 years old. Her breakthrough came in 1998 in the Walt Disney picture film The Parent Trap. And then she continued working with Disney, starring in Life Size, Get a Clue, Freaky Friday, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, and Herbie Loaded. Now, Lindsay moved to California all by herself at the very young age of 15 years old. Now, she was actually roommates with Raven Simone, which is kind of wild to me that these two girls had their own apartment by themselves at the very young age of 15. But in 2007, Lindsay started to struggle with addiction and getting into legal trouble. And remember, she didn't have any adult guidance. Lindsay has never came out to my knowledge saying that anyone in the industry had ever abused her, but she did say her parents were unstable, that her mother used substances, and her father was in and out of jail, and that he only cared about himself. Now, as of late, it seems like Lindsay has been turning her life back around. She has been getting back into acting. She's actually in a few movies on Netflix. And I'm so happy to see her looking happy and healthy again. And she's even starting her own family. Shia LaBeouf started his career playing Louis Stevens in the Disney Channel series Even Stevens, and then again in the Disney movie Holes. Shai has had a very successful acting career, but there was a time where he went down the wrong path. On June 26, 2014, Shai was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, harassment, and criminal trespassing. And then on July 8th, 2017, he was arrested and charged with public intoxication, disorderly conduct, and obstruction. In September 2020, Shai was charged with misdemeanor battery and petty theft. And then again in December 2020, he was sued by his ex girlfriends for sexual battery, assaults, and infliction of emotional distress. After this, Shai took a hiatus from acting and began receiving treatment. Now, Shai seems to have gotten himself back together. He hasn't ever said anything bad about his time on Disney, but he has said that his father had a substance abuse problem. And when he was growing up, his father was very abusive to him. So maybe this is where some of his bad behavior came from. Lalaine Vergara started out with Disney when she played in the remake of Annie, but she was best known for her role as Miranda Sanchez on the show Lizzie McGuire. After that, she played in the Disney movie You Wish and was doing concert tours with Radio Disney. In July 2007, Lonnie was arrested and charged with felony possession of methamphetamine. The felony possession charge was expunged from her record after she was to complete a substance program. After that, she went on to do small roles here and there, but nothing really big, and you probably wouldn't even really notice her unless she's pointed out to you. Kyle Massey started his career with Disney playing the character Corey Baxter in the show That's So Raven, and then he went on to get his own show, Corey in the House. He then went on to play in the Disney movie Life is Rough, and he was also the voice of Milo in the Disney animated series Fish Hook. And on top of all of that, he also was a rapper who released music under Disney. But then on June 29th, 2021, Kyle was charged with one count of immoral communication with a minor, where he allegedly sent pictures of himself to a 13-year-old girl. The criminal charge came after a 2019 lawsuit whose allegations Kyle denied, saying that the lawsuit was an extortion attempt, and as far as I know, he hasn't done much since these allegations. So let's talk about another That's So Raven star, Orlando Brown. Now, Orlando might be the worst one on this list. Orlando played Eddie in That's So Raven. He also played in Fillmore. He was the voice of Sticky in the Proud Family. He played in the Max Keeble's Big Movie and Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. And in 2006, That's So Raven was canceled based on, the characters growing up and graduating high school. And not much longer after that, that's when Orlando started getting into some trouble. In April 2007, the actor was arrested for cannabis possession. And then in 2011, he was charged with driving under the influence and failing to show up to courts. And on February 28th, 2016, he was arrested and later charged with domestic battery, obstruction of justice, substance possession with the intent to sell, and possession of contraband in jail. And all this happened after him and his girlfriend got into an altercation in public. And then again on December 22nd, 2022, he was arrested on charges of DV. And let's not forget all the crazy interviews and footage of people recording him and him acting just crazy. Now, my heart really goes out to Orlando. He was an amazing actor and he was in so many shows and films as a child actor. And I do believe that he has seen a lot and been through a lot. And I don't believe that he is crazy or lying about everything that he says. I do believe that the industry does do a lot of evil things, especially to child actors. So I do feel like he is speaking the truth on a good bit of things that he says, and maybe that's why the industry wants him to look so crazy all the time. Now, I just watched a video of him the other day and he was clean and sober, and he sounded very articulate and intelligent, like a whole different person from these viral videos. In my opinion, I feel like Orlando has been through a lot, and it is what maybe led him down this path that he is on. And it seems like he is doing a lot better. He seems like he's been clean and sober and doing, interviews that actually don't make him look crazy. And he is married and he had a baby. So maybe he is finally turning his life around. And I really hope and pray that he is and things are better for him. Thompson Young started his career as a teenager, playing on the Disney Channel television series The Famous Jet Jackson and the movie. And he also played in the movie Johnny Tsunami. Lee had a pretty decent career after Disney and wasn't known for getting into any type of trouble. But on August 19th, 2013, at the age of 29, Lee took his own life. It is said that he had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and was suffering from depression. But who knows what Lee might have experienced in his life or in showbiz that could have maybe led him to this decision. In my opinion, I think a lot of these child stars had so much pressure on them to be perfect that if they made the smallest mistake, their career could be over. And some of them just couldn't make it past Disney. They couldn't get the bigger roles, or they just weren't as famous as they were on Disney. And that can push someone down the wrong path, feeling like their careers are over. The only thing they know how to do is act and being famous. They've only done it their whole life since they've been a child, and that's all they know. Some of them had poor parenting, and their parents didn't care about them as much as they did the money and the fame. And they would leave their kids in the wrong hands with shady people who didn't belong around children. Whatever the case may be, these child actors were led down the wrong paths. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. And also make sure you hit that notification bell for part 2. And I'll see you guys next time.